Yo, welcome, guys, to Hip Hop Nation TV. So we're gonna wait for Errol. Errol eats everything. Oh, there we go. There we go.
What's going on with you?
Errol,
Hello, hello. What's going on? How are you?
I'm good in you, OG.
I, I, I can hear you now. What's going on?
I'm good in you, man. Welcome
All
to
is
Hip Hop
well.
Nation TV South Africa.
Appreciate you. What's going on? Hip Hop Nation TV.
Yeah, man. It's almost midnight on our side. So yeah, we're
Oh,
like
okay,
six
okay.
hours ahead of you guys. Yeah,
Where
yeah.
in South Africa are you?
I'm in Johannesburg.
Oh, okay, okay. I was just in Cape Town, maybe a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
How was the trip and the holiday?
I mean, the place is beautiful. It was an eye-opening experience. It was a lot to learn and a lot to see. You know,
Yeah,
it was definitely worth seeing and experiencing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I did all the tourist
Word.
things too, like Robben Island and stuff like that, but it was
Yeah,
definitely eye opening, you know?
for sure, for sure, for sure. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man, and I hope we will see you quite often.
That would be a wonderful thing, wouldn't it?
Definitely, definitely, definitely. We definitely have to connect.
Yeah, 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 for sure. We'll make that a goal, you know?
True that, true that,
Have to make
Ochi.
that, have
But
to make,
but but, but my apologies for interrupting you. You were saying?
oh, yeah, we have to make that a goal. I have to make a Joburg move, be able to touch
Definitely.
down there, you know?
Yeah, I think you'll love it, man, because the culture here it's amazing. Even the hip hop culture here.
Oh,
So yeah,
I definitely want to experience it. I've heard a lot about it, you know?
for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. But yeah, man, Ochi, as we're about to start, man, just tell us about yourself and who's Errol and where you come from.
What's going on? So I come, I'm actually born in Jamaica. Uh,
Word.
I live in New York City. I've had exposure to like Canada, Las Vegas, Texas, a lot of different states, you know. So I have a lot of different influences in my sound because of that.
Wow. And you growing up with so many different areas, how was that like adapting to the culture?
Um, I would say I feel like myself anywhere on earth. I feel comfortable in my skin wherever I'm at. I can pretty much make anything work. Um, but it was definitely it was trying at times, and it was a wonderful experience at times because I met people who are still very close to me through that journey in all those different places. I had influences from all those different places, and so yeah, so it for me it's just part of who made me who I am, and so yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So what got you into hip hop?
I was fortunate enough to grow up around just the realest dudes ever with hip hop. I've always only listened to the real shit, the dope shit. I've only been force fed. It was like the most optimal situation to be born in as far as the people that surrounded me. Super creative, super duper hip hop heads, and the right stuff. I've never listened to garbage for 5 minutes of my life growing up. It was always like from Big Daddy Kane, the PE, or all of that stuff was force fed to me, just the foundational hip hop. And then you know, it was that it that was a catalyst to kind of shaping my outlook on hip hop, and knowing what I like really shaped me. So that basically my surroundings is what made me do it. There's others around me that were doing it before me, and I saw them making music on an EPS 16, and I was floored by what I was seeing, and I was hooked at that moment.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And so has rap always been the element that you've been interested in, or are the other elements that you did before?
I was big in sports. Like American football is something that I was passionate about, and that
Yeah,
really took a lot out of my like a large portion of my life. And then I would say hip hop was the other part of it too. But I really dedicated my life to hip hop, and then after a while, maybe I took a break and just it wasn't fruitful to me anymore and stuff like that. And then you are who you are, and it brought me back. So
true, true,
so
true, true,
I would
true.
say
So
sports and music were the two big things in my life. I just love sports.
yeah, and I see it's one of the most popular sports that side, right?
Yeah, yeah. American football is. And basketball, I would say baseball is probably the most popular, but then American football, and yeah, but they're like when I say popular, they're huge here. So
Yeah,
100
yeah.
million fans type of thing. Us tune in
Wow,
to Super Bowl type of stuff.
wow, wow. So do you think that that's what created the whole Kendrick Lamar and the NFL thing performances?
I think that I don't know what created that. I think probably his relationship with Jay Z, or Jay Z having the ability to kind of handpick folks
Yeah,
for the consideration. And then so I think that he had a phenomenal year, and it was kind of like a no-brainer. And that's the biggest stage, and they gave it to the person that did the unthinkable or unbelievable amount of accomplishments and whatnot,
yeah,
and plus the big battle with Drake, and he just has a lot of hype behind him right now. So I think that it's an economic decision, and they knew that he would bring a lot of eyes.
wow, wow, wow. And so tell me then, how would you describe your music for someone that has never listened to it?
Unapologetically black experience. Um, I would say that it is. I think that it is true hip hop with a well-rounded kind of approach, a historical approach. I feel like I channel a lot of messages from the master teachers in my words. And so, if you know my influences, you would know that you know this is what you would kind of expect from me. But
Yeah,
and I feel like it's just I do feel like it's unique because I don't have a template. There's influences, but I don't have a template you've heard before. Uh,
yeah,
and so I feel, or maybe you have heard it, but I feel like it's a refreshing take on in regard to what's going on out there. Because I looked around and I was like, I don't like anything. Like, what's going on? Well,
yeah,
I can't say I didn't like anything, but there was just like a lot of changes going on, and I decided to make the music I want to hear. And I didn't take the
true,
audience into consideration. I just made the music I want to hear, and it got a real good response.
true, true, true. And so what inspired you? I mean, creating the persona like in animation form. Because
Uh, I,
I mean, the last time we saw that it was like like the Quasimodos and maybe
oh,
like Tupac, Do for Love.
like
That
the
that I
animations
think
and
that's
whatnot, the visuals.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I think that my album art inspired it. I did the album artwork one night. I just stayed up and did it, and then
Yeah,
that inspired me to put a team together to create like visuals. And then the response from the visuals caught me off guard because I didn't know. My gut feeling just told me let's just take this path, and I didn't know what the results were going to be. And the results were like people are like, this is like MF Doom, and and I was like,
yeah,
dang, that's a good comparison. And then I really thought about what's happening, and I'm like, I kind of like this anonymity thing, and then
yeah,
and it's more intriguing for people, and I see that because of it, I get everyone from 18 to 55 years old tuning in, and it's just like it's a visual that brings people together. Somebody left a comment once that was like, "You're bringing fathers and sons together to watch your videos. You're making an impact and
wow,
stuff." And so it was like eh, moments like that. Just it was like, okay, let's keep this going. You know.
yeah, yeah. Do you think that's what it's missing in the game right now? Like a family orientated vibe and like you said, because you're into culture and you address of race and class. Do you think that maybe we might have forgotten our identity?
Um. Say, what are you asking me? Ask me again.
I'm saying, you mentioned that your music brought father and son, which is like old and young.
Hmm.
Do you feel like hip hop being family orientated or being cultural, you know what I'm saying, or a knowledge of self? Do you think that that's missing right now,
Yeah, there's
or
definitely.
are we not looking at the right places?
Yeah. So the the essence of the industry of hip hop is monkey see, monkey do as far as sound goes, and whatever is hot. There's duplications of whatever is hot, and so I know that I don't sound like anything that they're pushing, and I think that that's I don't know if I would say it's missing. Wouldn't even say it's family oriented. It's just more culture oriented, more a treat the the listener with respect in regard to their intellect. You know, that's what I feel like I do, while making it sound dope, and people, and it's not really preachy at all. It's just, you know, um, so I feel like I provide a vibration that is not there, but it's the essence of great eras of hip hop as the foundation while sounding futuristic in another way. Like you could
Yeah,
tell that the elements of hip hop are there. And so I think that what is missing is just the choice of people to have a different sound. That's it. I don't think I'm a
yeah,
particular sound that's defining. Maybe I am, but I feel like what's missing is choice. And if you give them a choice, and present that opportunity, which is what I took a chance and did. I just did. It was the best Arrow eats everything I could be, and then I
mm,
gave it out there, and it was just what the people wanted right now. That's what
yeah,
I feel. So it's not a, but what you're saying is there already. They don't have the shine. We need, or they're not marketed properly, or not marketing themselves properly, right?
yeah,
So I feel like what's missing is the knowledge, and providing the template for more
yeah,
success. Everybody holds that close to their vest instead of,
yeah,
the crabs in a bucket type of thing, or they want to dominate instead of just letting people shine. There's enough, stars in the sky for all. There's enough stars in the sky, for all of us to shine. We don't have to. We could just. So I'm trying to find that template to provide it to others that of quality. That's it.
yeah. Do you think there are specific strategies that we can use as artists and content creators to market um this type of music?
Yeah, I think that the future of music is going to be cryptocurrencies. I feel
Wow.
like I feel like an artist could put their project in the format of a meme coin, what we call a meme coin today. and people can invest in it,
yeah,
want to hear it, and support it. I feel like if you do that, you keep a subset of the coins that's pre-allotted
yeah,
to you as a creator, and then
yeah,
the normal tokenomics kicks in. Like if there is a shortage, not a shortage, but burning, meaning getting rid of the supply that's there, so it's more scarce. That
yeah,
type of a. And I think that people can invest in your project via cryptocurrency and support you. They can support touring. They can support anything that you want to do as far as your creativity is there, and and
yeah,
uh, and then you can benefit from that, and they can benefit from it as well because
yeah.
they can look at it as an investment. So that's why I think that's going to be the path within the next 5 years, and
Wow.
I think that I think that's the future of music.
Oh, wow, wow. So you think NFT will still be relevant?
NFT is it could be relevant because what it does is it provides it tells you that it's a one of one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So that part of the technology could be relevant. I don't know the exact technical infrastructure that would be required, but it definitely, uh, uh, you know, NFTs were a thing. Everybody looked at it as a fad, but provides a particular function. So I think elements of that particular function will be encompassed in whatever the solution is. Does that make sense?
yeah. Definitely. I get it. I get it. I get it. So tell me, right? With coming to your creative process, what inspired you to name yourself Errol Eats Everything?
Um, an insatiable appetite for knowledge.
Wow,
Insatiable, yeah, and from a braggadocio hip hop standpoint, I'm here to eat everyone's food.
for sure.
Oh, I don't care what your budget is. My album's better. That's how I feel. I don't care what you. I don't care what you're saying. Let let put if you're ahead, put my album beside your album, and let's see who that head chooses. I'm not saying
Yeah,
I'm the best or whatever it is. I'm just saying in regard to the quality or what I'm trying to do. You know.
yeah,
So it's a metaphor for me. And anybody who knows me knows my stomach runs me. My belly runs me, meaning that I'm a foodie. I love food and whatnot. So, but it's just an all encompassing name that for me. It just
yeah.
resonates with me in every way.
Word, word. And I mean, your first project. What inspired that? Tell us about the whole production process and everything.
So on my journeys, on my journey. I ended up in Las Vegas. That's where
Yeah,
I met Clarence Joe and Furious Evans, who are all featured on Ballad of the Roots. And I met them there, and we were a band called The Chapter. They were a
wow,
band. I joined that chapter crew, and then that was the first time we really saw something take off. And then and we've been brothers ever since. And um, I recorded. The process is Furious will send me a beat, and I'll just listen to it and listen to it until something comes to me, and
yeah,
then I used to write everything, all these lyrics and lyrics and lyrics, and I stopped doing that because I feel like my flow and my approach got lost in translation from the writing it down to my mind to the mic, and so I just started going, off the top, and so I approach it like a painting. Oh, could be better, that type of a thing, and I sent it to Clarence Joe because he kind of vets most of my verses. I'm like, hey, well, this sound good? And he'll be like, yeah, or it's all right, or do this. And I sent it to him, and he just gave me emojis, like what, like couldn't believe what he was hearing. He's like, this is incredible. And he was on a hiatus from rhyming for a few years actually, and that song took him out of that hiatus. The very next day, or some within a close proximity of time to him hearing it, he spit his verse and sent it back to me. And so
wow.
that's kind of like how it goes. I just listen, 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 and then it comes to me, and then I spit and so I feel like it makes better songs. It's just a better experience. It's just my particular workflow.
Yeah. yeah, yeah. And I saw I said what I said was very a popular song, and it got a huge response. How was that like?
I think that I put that song on purpose from insecure MC standpoint. I need to show them that I can spit, and then
Yeah,
I think that it's really, really, really full of substance if you listen to it. You know, if you listen to that song, it has a lot of knowledge and a lot of awareness of what's going on. And so to find people that actually appreciate it is crazy. Like for
yeah,
me to sit here and Hip Hop Nation's interviewing me because I did that, like it's wild, you know, like
sure,
it's humbling to know that just to know that people dig it. Like the reaction that this album has gotten has been humbling beyond, expected and wanted, but when it comes, it's just like whoa, whoa, it's real, you know. So to be honest with you,
for sure, for sure. And I mean also you have like your first album project, which is titled Your Name, Errol Eats Everything.
yeah.
How was that like? I mean, because this is like your first journey, you like doing your first album.
Um, it was. I felt like I was channeling. I was standing on the shoulders of master teachers channeling their information. Right. I felt like when I first heard John Henrik Clark speak, it was a life
Yes,
changing experience for me. Like whoa, and so I felt like I was speaking my truth on a lot of it. A lot of it's art, but on some, I felt like I was channeling me, my voice, and it was easy. I think I did it in about 6 weeks, maybe, and then after I
yeah,
did it, I sat on it for a couple of years, and then I was like,
yeah,
what am I doing, and then situations happened, some certain circumstances where it was released, and then I was going to take it down. I forgot to submit the thing to take it down, and then next thing I know, I got an email saying it's live, and then that led me to share it, and then it just went. I got a lot of attention from it, and so it's the most humbling thing ever for somebody with knowledge on what it is that you do to appreciate it. It's a dope feeling. It's really, it's incredible, really.
for sure, for sure, Uchi. So, should we expect any upcoming performances?
Right now we're in spot. We're doing like a lot of pop-ups. That's
Yep,
our focus right now. I'm gonna wait till the following gets a little bit bigger
yep,
before we tear it down because really the live show is what's really gonna put it over the top for people. And
yep,
so, but I'm waiting until it's the right time. Um, we get inquiries and stuff a lot, but it is a business at the same time, and there's a we have a focus that we're trying to accomplish, and then once we get
yep,
uh, enough of a wave, we'll do what we have to
yep.
do at one in time. So I'm not in a hurry. I'm doing it my way. I'm not in a hurry to do anything. I'm just gonna do it my way.
Right, right, right. And it's interesting that you mentioned your inspiration from Dr. John Henrik Clark. Do you think it's still a challenge for musicians to rewrite and tell the true history of our people?
I don't think a lot of people know the true history of our people. I think
Yeah,
that, and I think that the industry is not conducive to that knowledge getting out there. I think that people are
yeah.
going to go try to follow the money, and so yeah, that would probably be my answer to that particular question. I think that um, not everybody has knowledge of self. Some people are casualties of war. You know.
Oh, true, 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 true. So, gee, for do who do you would like to collaborate with that you feel inspired by?
There's a lot of people I would like to collaborate with. I have a collaboration coming shortly, actually, and I would
Yeah,
say in the next, I hope within the next 3 weeks or so, you'll get a nice surprise. But there's a few in the pipeline. As far as my dream collaborations, they'd probably be um, that would probably KRS because he's the goat. Black Thought would
true.
be Black Thought would be an amazing. That would be
Whoa.
incredible. You know what I mean? I'd like to do music with Jay Electronica. Um,
Oh,
I would like to
master.
do music with. I'd like to do music with like there's. I would do music with anybody that's skilled, really, like that whose music I like. I'm not. Um, but as far as dream collabs, there's a. I don't even think that's possible to answer. I feel like if I respect your music, of course I'm gonna, you know, collaborate. But um, I don't want to get specific on the ones that I have right now. I want that to just come out and you find out organically. You do a little bit of research and stick with me and find out who that is and who they are. But like any of the goats and uh, Q-Tip would be amazing.
Oh,
I would say, I would say the collab I have is amazing. Um, there's not a specific artist. Anybody who just understands the vibration and wants to get down. If it's cool, if it's the vibration is right, why not? That type of a thing. So
true. Definitely. So, Chi, if people wanna hit you up, can you
hey,
please give us
I
your
do have one more. There's a dude out of South Africa. He did a few appearances.
yeah,
He's like a South African Nas. I swear. Um,
yeah,
he's a little burly dude. He's kind of heavy set. Um, what's his name?
was it Stogie T?
Oh, say it again.
Stogie T?
Yeah, him. He's fire.
Yeah,
His bars are crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, I heard him on
yeah,
the. I
true.
was like, I was actually astonished at this dude's bars. I was like, yeah, like this guy's nuts. Uh,
Yeah,
get more props than he should. I heard him one day having a conversation talking about, everybody's trying to force him to say like Kendrick was the GOAT. Now he's like, what are you talking about? And then I
yeah,
realized that these people who are talking to him don't realize how nice he is. Like, you actually don't have a clue. You must not know how nice this guy's bars are. But him, there's
yeah,
another one who I don't know if he's from South Africa. I think he is. A little slim dude. Um,
yeah,
has crazy bars. I saw him on the radar. Um,
yeah,
I wish I had their names off the top, man. I don't, but you guessed Sogi, so you got it.
yeah, yeah. Stogie. Yeah, he's an amazing artist.
I
Yeah, like my uncle introduced me to his music. So
oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. So from yeah, so from like high school, from my high school days,
yeah. His bars are
I've been
crazy.
listening to him. Yeah, he's crazy. He's
Yeah,
crazy, crazy. Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, man. I think you should do a collaboration with him.
reach out to him for me. Somebody get in contact with him for me. Somebody out there get in contact with him for me. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, yeah. Anyone that's watching, that's gonna be watching, guys. Let's
Yeah,
make it
yeah, yeah.
happen. I know
At
there's
Errol Eats
people.
everything on Instagram. Hit me up. Make that
Yeah,
happen. Connect us.
definitely, definitely. Ochi, yo, just tell me on your social media platforms where can we reach you? For
The
those
main
that wanna reach you, that,
I
that
didn't mean
wanna that wanna, that wanna connect and do music or business wise.
The main platform to hit me on is Instagram at Errol
Okay.
ERROL Eats Everything. One word.
Yeah.
I'm on I'm on Twitter too, but I don't think I'm very active on Twitter. But mainly the main platform at this point in time is is Instagram at Errol Eats Everything. Hit me up, man. Follow me. Do whatever you need to do. We have a movement going on. Most people that discover one song or snippet usually go on to like literally 40. Every day I come, there's tens of people that would like 30, 40 videos that are there because it's dope.
Yeah,
Come check me out.
it-
Support what's
it's
going
so
on.
amazing and unique.
I think I'm the only one in the world doing it right now. So,
Yeah,
check it out.
I must confess, there's no one doing it. No one even thought of the Pan Africanist animation,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and the royalty behind it. It's just amazing. It's just
Appreciate.
amazing because you even reached out to a younger audience
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
that listens to boom bap, but even though the younger audience their style of boom bap is much might be a bit different, but they can relate to it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's digestible to these
Yeah,
folks somehow, some way. I don't know
yeah,
how to do it, right?
very palatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, very palatable. No one has an excuse to say, "Yo, it's to this or it's to that." No.
I agree with you.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. Ochi, man, I appreciate it, man, for letting me have a conversation with you and just getting a moment to get to know you. I hope, man, we can do this more often, you know?
For sure. I'm glad that I did this interview and I'm glad that I get some access to your audience, man. So, you're allowing them to peep the vibration. It's really good. It's real cool. And we'll do it again many times, hopefully.
Definitely, definitely. Much love, Ochi. Peace.
You as well. All right. Hold it down.
Word. Yeah, 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 guys. That's another one with Arrow eats everything. Oh, oh, oh. Guys, please just listen to the album. It's available on all streaming platforms. Arrow eats everything. Album Arrow eats everything. Even the EP Nyam. Just bump it, guys. Let's support real hip hop. Doesn't matter whether it's from South Africa, whether it's from USA, whether it's from Europe. Yo, let's just support real hip hop, please. Anyway, just want to give a shout out to everyone that has been watching um, Hip Hop Nation TV. I'm sure some of you are aware that a past couple of months ago, I buried one of the co-founders of Hip Hop Nation TV, my dearest mother, my biological mother, Nosizo Pongolo. May her soul rest in peace. Uh, may her legacy live on. Yeah. Even though it might be a tough time, but we're gonna stay strong. And soon the flower will blossom, and heaven will definitely shine upon us. Yeah, I wanna thank you guys again for all the love, the support, and the well wishes that you guys done for me. Uh, Shout out to my family, shout out to my friends, shout out to everyone that I know that has been with me